Why was John Peanuts Tronolone appointed boss of the Cleveland family in 1983? In 1983, the Cleveland family was decimated by indictments. Jack Licavoli was convicted in federal court. He was already in federal prison. Angelo Nardo was just convicted in January of 1983. Capo's Joseph Gallo, he was convicted, and Capo Tommy Sanito was on his way to prison as well. Tony Liberatore was convicted in the with Jack Licavoli, and he was already in prison. And John Calandra was convicted as well. So there wasn't really too many people on the street made guide-wise that were active. But the family still had the Vegas skim money coming in. They still had influence in the Teamsters Union. They still had the 10% gambling kick from many gambling operators in the Cleveland area. They still had money coming in from Warren, Niles / Trumbull County, and they still had some money coming in from Youngstown. So there were still things that the mafia controlled. It was still important to have someone steering the ship. But why would they appoint someone who lived in Florida full time? Well, the first reason is he's already on the administration. He was the consigliere of the family at the time, and he was appointed consigliere in 1977 after then consigliere Tony Del Santer passed away from natural causes. The second reason is like we've already said, there's just nobody left. There were, very few people active on the street made guide-wise. And were they really qualified? You had Joe Luce, you had Russell Papalardo, who were recently made, you had Carmen Basile, a few other people. But would those guys really have been qualified to kind of run the family? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. But one of the reasons is that New York could control Tronolone. He was very tight with the Genovese crime family. It's often said, he joked that he was a member of both the Genovese and Cleveland family. And it gave Tony Salerno, then boss, control over Tronolone. He could probably have Tronolone do his bidding. Now, New York probably could care less about the Youngstown gambling kick and the 10% gambling kick they were getting in Cleveland. They wanted Jackie Presser to be under their thumb. He was just put in as Teamsters president with mafia backing in April of 1983. And Jackie Presser had a policy that he didn't meet with made members of the mafia. You had to go through Milton Rockman, who was a longtime Cleveland mob associate and the right-hand man of John Scalish. Now, he never could be made because he was of a Jewish background and not Italian. So once Tronolone was appointed boss, they had told Milton Rockman to tell Jackie Presser he'd be dealing with Tronolone directly. Now, I'm assuming this came from Tony Salerno in New York, that he wanted Tronolone to control Jackie Presser directly. That would give the mob in New York, especially Genovese crime family, more influence over the Teamsters Union, and thus giving them power. So that, to me, is the main reason they put Tronolone in, and probably really the only reason, to control the union activity. Now, Tronolone was a little more active than people believe. He was still active in picking up money from the Trumbull County kick, which he got from Charles Imburgia. I believe he was a consigliere of Pittsburgh at the time, but he actually lived in Warren, Ohio. So Tronolone was attending to local Cleveland matters. There are some indications he was looking to make a few guys to expand the family, as he was having trouble with Joe Luce and Papalardo heading to prison, finding people to do the Cleveland's mob's bidding in the Cleveland area. Thanks for watching.